Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. Here are my top 20 tips for selling antiques, vintage and collectibles on eBay. No adverts, no time wasting, no waffle. eBay allows you to take 12 photographs of your item. Always use these photographs and take them at every angle to show any special features or damage that your item may have. When you list your item, make sure your title is accurate and includes keywords. These are special words that best describe the uniqueness of your item and may be words that potential buyers are searching for. One factor to take into account when you are selling antiques, vintage or collectibles on eBay is that your listed item is probably unique. Therefore, you don't necessarily need to promote it. If you think about it, a potential buyer looking for a specific antique, vintage or collectible item is going to search for those specific keywords. Therefore, if there are only half a dozen of that particular item listed on eBay, then why spend money promoting it when you don't need to? Make sure your description is honest and accurate. If your item is damaged in any way, point this out, because the last thing you want are returns from unhappy buyers. When you list your item, don't overprice it. Always check the sold listings for comparable items or use Terapeak, which will give you the average sold price and lots more details over the last 12 months. When you list an antique, vintage or collectible item, it's always helpful to include the provenance in your description. Now this might include the country or the manufacturer or any special details that help it stand out from the crowd. Always offer a fantastic customer service experience to your buyers, or more importantly, your potential buyers. If you receive a question from a buyer, then always respond to it, be polite and provide as much information as you can. This gives the buyer confidence in your service. eBay likes sellers that list regularly. Something about the algorithm, don't ask me how it works, but the more you list, by definition, and it doesn't take a brain surgeon to work this out, the more you will sell. In my experience, you can expect to sell roughly 1% of your total number of listings every 2 to 3 days. It's not good to stress over the number of sales you are making in the short term. Personally, I set my targets monthly and check the sales and revenue on that basis. When you are selling antiques, vintage or collectibles on eBay, you need to be aware that there is a maximum size item that you can ship. Now this is 120 centimeters in length or a combined overall size of 245 centimeters. Now, how do you work that 245 centimeters out? Well, you add the two shortest dimensions of the package together, double it, and then add the longest length, for example, of the package. So that could be 50 centimeters wide, 50 centimeters high, which is a total of 100, double it, 200, which means then that the length can be no more than 45 centimeters. An important factor to take into account when you are selling antiques, vintage and collectibles on eBay is whether or not you are going to ship glass or ceramics, or come to that, any fragile item. The chances are they may get damaged during transit. And based on the terms and conditions of most of the eBay Packlink couriers, you can't insure vintage items over 50 years of age or glass or ceramics. So if there is damage, then you are liable for it and you will not get a payout. Always make sure your antique, vintage or collectible item is packaged securely. I'm a little bit OCD about my packaging and always overdo it. But in my opinion, it's better that it gets there safe and sound than having an unhappy customer contacting you to return it damaged. Also, always keep a spare stock of packaging consumables, including boxes, bubble wrap, packing tape and void fill. And what's void fill? Well, it's any packing material that you use to stop your item from rattling around inside the box during transit. When you set up your business policy for selling on eBay, always make sure you include a returns policy. I use a 30-day return. If the item is damaged upon receipt, then I will cover the cost of the return postage. However, if the buyer has merely changed their mind or has buyer's remorse, then you can set it up so they pay the return postage. Also, make sure that you set a realistic shipping schedule that works for your lifestyle. It's no good having a same-day shipping if you're not going to achieve that. All that will result in is negative feedback. Don't be afraid of selling internationally. If you use the eBay Global Shipping Program, they will do all the heavy lifting regarding import duties and tax, etc. once they have received the item at the eBay GSP depot in Staffordshire. For high volume sellers on eBay who are VAT registered, always make sure you complete the VAT checkbox specifying that you have already charged or included VAT in your sale price. Otherwise, your buyer may well be double charged VAT, especially if you are selling into the EU. Check out my other video I have on selling into the EU and the VAT requirements. At the time of listing your item, you need to decide whether you're going to offer home collection only or whether you're going to ship the item. Now, if it's a collection only item, for example, a piece of ceramic or glass that you don't want to ship through fear of damage, then be prepared for buyers to either come to your home to collect the item or arrange a neutral venue to hand the item over. Also, make sure you scan their barcode to prove that they have collected the item. As part of any eBay listing, you have to decide whether you are going to post the item or whether it's going to be collection only. If you are going to post it, then you need to also decide whether or not it's going to be a home collection by a courier or if you're going to drop it off at a shop where eBay Packlink will collect from. Now, if you've decided that you want a home collection, then be prepared to stay in all day, because on most of the Packlink couriers, the window for collection can be 12 hours. You can also opt for insuring your item and also having signature on delivery. Now, I don't usually go for the total insurance because you can't insure items over 50 years old, glass or ceramics. So I normally opt for the extra charge to cover the signature on delivery. This then proves the buyer has received the item in the case of any dispute. And don't forget, if you do choose home collection, there is an additional charge, so build that into your price. Once you start to list a large number of items on eBay, make sure you have an inventory stock number system. This is so when you make a sale, you know precisely which item it is that you have to ship and also where it is located. If you are sourcing stock and selling for profit, always keep an accurate total of your income and expenditure, including expenses. This is vital for your bookkeeping. Finally, and most importantly, if you are selling as a business seller, make sure you register your business or yourself as a sole trader with the HMRC and do an annual return through a qualified accountant. So there you go. There's 20 top tips for buying and selling antiques, vintage and collectibles on eBay. If you enjoyed this film and would like to support our channel, please like, comment, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know when our next film is going to be uploaded. As ever, take care and stay safe.